are in the right place. That's exactly what we're talking about today. And stick around. If you're on the replay, you can tap hearts too. You can let me know if you like this content and if it's helpful. Sorry, I'm still kind of getting myself settled. It's Monday morning. Welcome everyone as you're joining in. I saw Joanne. I think I saw someone new. Good morning. As y'all are coming in, let me know if you're new so I can give you a shout out. Jessica's here. Welcome, guys. I hope everyone's having a good Monday. Keisha's here. So good to see you guys. Are y'all like ready to be productive? The week has only begun. We have so much time to do so much writing. It's fantastic. Alrighty, guys. We're going to hop right in, and as more people come, I'll do kind of a recap. Jean is here. So much potential. I know. Some people really hate Mondays, but I love Mondays because I'm like, there's so much I can do. It's occasionally a little overwhelming because there's so much I want to do that I have to like calm myself down. But if you are not feeling that this morning, fresh starts exactly. I know, I need to simmer down. So if you're not feeling that jazzed this morning, let me give you some insights to how you can tap into this feeling of like jazz and buzz, and I can't wait to start the week. Okay. So this week we're going to be talking all about productivity. So everything, all of like my best tips I can give you for getting more word count on the page and just feeling really purposeful as you're writing. A lot of times that's the hard part about writing is that we can get words down, but we're like, how am I going to use this? Like, is this really getting me closer to finishing this book? That sort of thing. So I want to cover productivity both in terms of actually getting more words out and making sure that those words are helping you to write this book that you feel called to write. I know, me too, Jean. I have to admit, I'm very tempted to get just sucked into like productivity books. I have to like back off. But let me take some of my obsessive research and kind of give it to you guys, a nice little Periscope package. Okay, so the first, and this is like ultra important. If you're going to start getting more productive, you have to start your day out on your terms. Control freak. Yeah. So if you currently wake up at the very last second that you have to wake up, or in my case, when a baby starts crying, then you're not starting the day off on your terms. So some people think that productivity is all about doing more in less time. And that's true. But the funny thing is that when you start to take control and to pick and choose and prioritize what you're going to do and do less stuff, but more focus on what's really, truly important. Hey, Miguel, welcome, welcome. I did have a good weekend. I had a very fun weekend, actually. We went camping in our backyard. It was fun. When you pick what's most important to you, you find that you actually do less stuff. And so you don't need to do more stuff in less time because you don't want to do as much. You want to do what is truly most important to you. Well, when in the world are you going to decide what's most important to you? At the end of the day when you're tired? No. I'm going to recommend that you get up in the morning and you prioritize what is most important for you to accomplish that day. And if you're interested in writing, writing is going to be one of those things that you do that day. So here's how I recommend you start your morning. Thanks for the hearts, guys. So if this is resonating with you, if you're like, yeah, I really need to do this, throw some hearts on the screen. You need more control of your mornings, Keisha. I know, I feel you. And we've talked about this. I mean, and you have kids too, and you have to get to, to work early, and it's hard. It's really hard to get up earlier. But I would say start with 30 minutes earlier than you need to get up. Set the alarm 30 minutes earlier than you need to get up. And here's the kicker. Don't hit snooze. I mean, I struggle with this. In fact, this morning I hit snooze 3 times. So I was a little bit rushed. But if you can train yourself to not hit snooze, once you get in this habit of getting up earlier, once you get in this habit of getting up earlier, it doesn't feel as hard. Really, if I can get into a rhythm, hit snooze today too, if I can get to a rhythm of like 5 or 6 mornings in a row where I did not hit snooze at all, like it starts to feel easier. It starts to feel more like my normal rhythm. So Set your alarm 30 minutes earlier. Don't hit snooze. And then when you get up out of bed, do whatever you need to do. You can hit snooze for an hour. Yeah, I know. Do whatever you need to do to get your mind awake and alert and buzzing. I mean, maybe that's going to get a cup of coffee right away. Maybe that's doing 50 jumping jacks. Maybe that's taking a cold shower. You're not a morning person. I know. I have a resource for you guys at the end of this that you're going to love. It's one of my favorite books. But whatever you need to do to get like the neurons kind of like firing and like awake. Because, you know, when you first sort of step out of bed, you're like, man, I feel terrible. Today is not going to go well if I'm going to feel like this all day. But if you can get yourself up, the circulation moving, you know, the neurons firing, like, and like you start to feel like it's all going to be okay. Keisha, you wake up without an alarm, but you just lay there till the last minute. You just need, okay, so that's actually a really good point, is you just need a little bit more, you need to convince yourself that your book is worth writing. And we can talk about this because we have a phone call coming up. But if you can really and truly feel in like the core of your being that your book needs to be written and written now, that will help you get out of bed at least a little bit earlier. I love it when you talk dirty and give me new books, Morgan. Oh, that's my favorite. Okay, so... All right, so get those neurons firing, whatever you need to do, coffee, jumping jacks, cold shower, like get them going. Okay, and then once the circulation's going, once your mind is kind of buzzing, you actually need to bring it back in and focus it. So here's what I'm going to recommend that you do. 5 minutes of a breathing technique. And I've tried a lot of different breathing techniques that people recommend for meditation or whatever. And I'll go ahead and share my favorite one. I think some people call it like a box breathing technique. But the idea is that you breathe in for the count of 4. You hold it for the count of 4. You breathe out for the count of 4. And you hold that for the count of 4. So if you imagine a little box diagram, it's like it's going up for the count of 4. And then hold for the count of 4. And then down for the count of 4. And then hold for the count of 4. Okay, so, oh, Ron, you joined at just the perfect time. We're breathing together. I also want to talk to you about the Martian movie, which I saw this weekend. Okay, so we're going to do this together real quick. So, I've never led a breathing exercise, so we'll see how this goes. I don't know if I can breathe and talk at the same time. I am early. It's Monday. I'm excited. Okay. Okay, so we're going to breathe in for the count of 4. Hold. I did this wrong. I don't know how to lead this. Okay, try again. Scrap. Start over. Okay, breathing in for the count of 4. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Okay, you get the idea. So do that for seriously 5 minutes. It feels like a long time, but by the time you do this count of 4 box breathing, after 5 minutes, you're like so chill. It kind of feels like maybe you did marijuana, but you didn't. So not that I've actually done marijuana, but my roommate sold pot, so I saw lots of people who did it. Okay, 4 and 4 box breathing, yes. You'll just pass out. Okay, if you need to do count of 3, then do count of 3. Okay, but 5 minutes, and you start to feel like all that energy that was going on after you did your jumping jacks or cold shower or caffeine, and I know, today's a crazy day, and then bring all that energy into like a focus for 5 minutes. Okay, so now we've been doing prep for this moment. This is the moment you are pulling out your calendar and you are taking control of your day. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Whoever's doing all that tapping, I appreciate that. You are deciding when is the best time in your day to do your writing. So put aside other people's agenda, other work, your kids' activities, dinner, whatever. Like, look at the landscape of your day and say, when is the optimal time for me to do my writing? And you schedule that sucker in, okay? So people tell you need to schedule time for your writing, but when is the best time to schedule time for your writing? A lot of people will say, oh, you know, just do the same 5 sessions every week. Well, that doesn't work for most of us. Our schedules are crazy. Every week is different from the last week. And so what I recommend is getting up the morning of and saying, okay, here is the best time to do my writing, and decide it and put it in. Make an appointment with yourself. Exactly, Jean. That's right. That's right. So I hope that is helpful for you guys. If you're not convinced that you're a morning person, I want you to read this book. Oh, I should have got the author's name. Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. And he goes through, actually he has this whole huge routine, but even if you only do a portion of it, even if you just start waking up a little bit earlier to really take control of your day, you'll notice that you are starting to plan your life. Ron says, I'm a morning person, but I have the day job. I know, but you can still get up 30 minutes earlier than your day job. I will tell you, I think we've talked about this before. Okay, so starting at 6 a.m., like I am on duty. Like the kids might wake up. Elrod, E-L-R-O-D. Miracle Morning, Hal Elrod. So, yeah, exactly. So I'm on the clock as of 6 a.m. Like the baby's going to wake up, might have to give her a bottle, like the other kids start to wake up. If I could get up at 4 a.m., it would be awesome before kids and work. Exactly, Jessica. And so that's just what I was going to say is my life is a lot easier if I get up at 4:30 in the morning. If you had told me that even like before I had kids, I'm like, you're crazy. No one needs to get up at 4:30 in the morning. That is absurd. But now that I'm in this phase of life where I've got the kids and then starting at, I know my job is really cool and I have lots of flexibility with my job, but really and truly starting at 8:30 in the morning, like I'm in my office and I'm reviewing client material and I'm planning my business stuff. And so I'm not doing my own writing during the day. So if I'm going to do my own writing, it's going to be usually between 5 and 5:30. But then I have to go to bed at 8. Oh, football practice isn't even over. Oh, that sucks, Jessica. Yeah, I'm in bed by 9. I would imagine most activities would be done before 9 p.m., right? Children have to sleep too. I heard that, I don't know if this is true. Well, who knows? But I've heard that most kids need at least 10 hours of sleep. Otherwise, you start seeing stuff like obesity and like rising rates of ADHD and this other like negative stuff. So I feel like kids should generally be in bed by like 9. Tell that to the coaches. I know, I grew up in West Texas. Football is a religion. Like I totally get it. There's like morning practice and evening practice and there's all these games and it's like crazy town. But I bet, just try. Aim for 9:30. 9:30 to 4:30. That's a good 7 hours. Give it a shot. And then adjust. Keisha, the pediatrician, agrees. 10 hours of sleep. Tennessee football is the same way. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're in Nashville. Oh, yeah. I know. So, guys, I hope, and mine went to bed at 8 all the way through graduation. Maybe they're still in bed at 8. Who knows? So give this a try, guys. Go to bed a little bit earlier tonight. Set your alarm for at least 30 minutes earlier than you need to. And tell yourself that I'm not hitting snooze because I have a book to write. And your book is not going to get written until you get up in the morning and decide when it's going to happen. So get up, wake yourself up, do jumping jacks, whatever you need to do. Do the 4-step box breathing. Hey, Charles. Hey. Focus your mind, and then you'll be ready to decide when the best time is for you to do your writing. After I do that focus, I just jump in. I start writing right then. But I know that's not the best time for everyone. So it may be lunch, it may be dinner or after dinner or whatever. But the best thing about focusing your mind before you make the decision is that it's almost like you're committing before you even choose the time. Oh, you're welcome, Charles. I'm looking forward to catching a scope. So you should do one today. Because you're focused and because you're really narrowing in on your priorities, once you actually choose the time, it's like you're already halfway committed. So it's much, much, much more likely to happen. Okay, guys, that's it for today. All week we're going to be talking productivity and writing and priorities, so stay tuned. Well, not right now. Check back in tomorrow. And you guys know where you can catch the notes and the replays, paperravenbooks.com/periscope. And if you, Charles and whoever else is doing scopes while writing, #Periscope Writers, you're welcome, Jessica, thanks. I'm doing a couple of webinars this week too. Same time, I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm a morning scoper or a lunchtime scoper. I have a lunch appointment today, so I had to do it in the morning. I'm doing Thanks, guys. Thanks. Okay, I'm doing a couple of webinars this week on how to write a book where I'm walking you through this 12-step process that I have talked about. So, do I have a pretty link for that? Do I have a pretty link for that? I don't know that I have a pretty link for that. I'm going to get a pretty link. They're on Wednesday and Thursday. Thank you guys, thanks. If you hop on over to paperravenbooks.com and jump on my email list, I'm sending out a webinar reminder this week. But I have not made a nice link. I can't give you the webinar jam link. It's like 100 characters long. So I'll get you a new one and I'll tweet it out. Okay guys, have an awesome, productive writing day. Decide when you're going to bed and when you're getting up. And I will talk to you guys some more tomorrow. Bye everyone, thank you.